What up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. I'm Anthony TV. Look, do me a favor, man. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for me. Like this video and drop a comment if you got a comment. You already know I appreciate your support, man. So we done for the day. We got another Monday wrapped up in the books. Had a good day overall. My trailer was loaded pretty good for the most part. I already see though, my first stop in the morning in the freezer, they got a pallet on top of a pallet, right? But the items they have on top of the pallet is actually for the stop after my first stop. So my second stop tomorrow, they got it on top of my first stop. So I already see I'm gonna have to throw those cases off to get to the cases I need for my first stop tomorrow. But you know, it is what it is. Other than that, from what I can see, it looked pretty good. But look, man, I want to get into today's video, and that's why I like working out of the 50. What I like most about working out of the 50-foot trailer. So what I like most about working out of the 50, man, number one, it's more space. It's a lot more space to work with, and I like that part of it. Now that I'm in the 50, all of my cases are palletized. So my route is pretty much palletized now. Don't get me wrong, I love the floor loaded trailer as well, because all my cases was in front of me, and I really like floor loaded. But palletized, having everything palletized isn't bad, but I am having to dig a little bit more now for cases. I didn't really have to dig as much with a floor loaded trailer, but you know, I wouldn't want to have a 50-foot trailer floor loaded though. So, you know, I prefer to have it palletized, right? And then I'll just have to dig for a few cases here and there if I have to. But, you know, other than that, it is what it is, man. But, yeah, I like the fact that I got more room to work with. You know, my first stop is a pallet drop. So once I get those 3 or 4 pallets off the trailer, I got a little bit more room to maneuver and move around. And another thing that I have access to now, my first stop, is an electric jack. So I didn't have an E-jack. I had a manual jack at that stop. That's what they allow you to use. But I got with my manager and I was like, look, man, do me a favor and reach out to this customer and see if they'll leave the key to the electric jack so I can start using the electric jack. Because now, you know, I got more pallets to kind of move around and all that type of stuff. So it's just easier to work the stop with an E-jack. So, you know, like I said, I reached out to my manager and we got it done, man. It took about 2 or 3 weeks after I had let them know about it. So it took that long for the customer really to respond back with an answer, but at the end of the day, we got it done. So now I'm able to use the E-jack at that stop. So it makes it a lot easier, man. If y'all been following the channel, you guys have kind of seen the first stop, not necessarily the name of the stop, but if you've been watching the channel, you know I got an incline ramp that I have to go up at that stop, right? And I was using the manual jack. So, you know, pushing the manual jack, you know, getting that pallet up that incline ramp is tough. It's not easy. So having an E-jack now just makes my life a lot easier. So that's a plus. So, you know, I'm happy about that. And another thing I like is I'm gonna walk over here to the trailer, man, and I'm gonna show you guys what else I like real quick. Sit tight for just a second. So the other thing I like is that I'm able to work out of the side doors, man. I'm able to work out of the side doors. Once I get done with my first 2 or 3 stops, I'm able to work out the side, and I don't have to keep taking a ramp out the back and moving it back and forth from the front to the side. You know, once I get done with, like I said, I don't have to take my ramp out and move it from the front to the side. I just work out of the side doors, the freezer and the dry. So I like that, man. Yeah, so I like that part of it. And usually I just put the ramp on the dry door, and instead of moving the ramp from dry to the freezer door, being that it's so close, it just makes sense just to keep it at one of those doors and not move it back and forth. So I normally just keep it at the dry door, and then once I get done throwing the dry, I'll go in, open the bulkhead doors, grab my freezer cases, and I'll just run my freezer cases right back out that same dry door, basically. Instead of moving a ramp from the dry door to the freezer door, that don't really make a lot of sense. You really just doing extra work. So it just makes sense just to leave it right there, go grab your cases and run them right back out the dry door. So, you know, that's something else that I like, man. Not having to keep moving around from the front, the back of the trailer to the side of the trailer. So that's pretty cool too. But yeah, man. So those are some of the reasons why I like working out of the 50, man. And one of my coworkers asked me, how do I like, you know, working out of the 50 and driving the 50? I told him I love it. I love it more than the 28. And he was asking me about backing up in certain accounts and stuff like that. I'm like, man, it's really easy. You know what I'm saying? For you guys that don't know, I mean, it's actually easier to back the 50 than it is the 28, just because the 28-foot trailer, it turns a lot quicker than the 50, right? So, you know, you got more time to react on your turns or whatever. If you make, you know, some little mistakes or whatever, you can correct them a lot easier than you can in the 28. So, you know, it's a longer trailer, yes, but it's easier to back. So for you subscribers that was asking me to make a backing video with the 50, you guys already know, if you've been following the channel, I made a few backing videos in the 50 already. So if you haven't seen those, go check those out on my channel. But yeah, it's a lot easier to bag the 50 than the 28. So just because it's longer doesn't mean that it's harder to bag. It's actually the complete opposite, man. But yeah, man, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Another thing why I like working out of the 50 and now having a palletized route, my second stop it's not a pallet drop like my first stop, but having everything on pallets at my second stop really makes a big deal. And for me, it kind of makes up for me having to deal for cases, because I used to have to make my own pallets at, you know, my second stop. All 3 of them, the freezer, cooler, and the dry. I used to only have to make my freezer pallet at my first stop, even when I was in the 28. But my second stop, they get a lot of cooler on Thursdays. So now that I don't have to stack almost 100 cases a cooler onto the pallet, it saves me a lot of time. Now I'm just able to pull it off the trailer and not have to worry about stacking all those cases on the pallet. So I like that too now, you know what I mean? So now I don't have to stack cooler cases is this high on the pallet all the way around. They get a ton. It's already on the pallet. I just got to pull it off the truck, and I got an E-jack there, so that's sweet. I love that too. It saves time. So for me, that actually makes up for me having to dig for cases for time to time. I take that even trade, you know what I'm saying? So it all worked out, man. But yeah, so this part one of what I like about the 50. I'm gonna do a part two of what I dislike about running the 50 in another video. But look, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm gonna get back in here and eat some food because I'm hungry, man. But look, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for me. Like this video, drop a comment if you got some comments. Until next time, y'all already know. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Peace.